Hello and welcome to another edition of Luminar Coffee Break. I'm your host, Vanelli. Now, our topic today is great color every time. Now, I have a couple images I'll show you. One is going to be a real quick color enhancement. Another one is going to show you, well, what happens when you photograph in a really bad area and you're getting color cast from all over the place. How do we fix that? I'm going to show you that. So this is the bad image. So this is the original. And this is what we're going to do to fix the color cast. And then the second image will be this image right here. And we'll go through that in a moment. So now, before we begin, let's take a moment. We want to thank our partner, Fujifilm, for helping make these episodes possible. Fuji reminds us, stay safe, stay creative, and stay at home. And we're back. Well, hey, welcome Big Mac from Japan. We have my buddy Russell back again, Dave, and Dave from Belize. How you guys doing? All right, let me get the original image up. There we go, to Krakow. And let me switch screens again. So here we are. Let's see. Let me double check if that's the one. I think this is the one we're going to work with. Yes, okay, so this will be the one we'll be working with. Now, sorry, there it is. So here we are. Here's before, and then here's after. All right, so let's start from the very beginning. In fact, you know what? Let's do the easy one first. So let me go back here. And we'll do this one right here. So we'll do this one first, just to show everyone. Now, this particular image was photographed at night, and excuse me, I set the camera in tungsten, so everything turned blue, including her, and then the light, we put an orange gel, or CTO, convert to color temperature orange. So we put that convert to orange, and we threw that on her, so then she would come out perfect. When we bring it in, we're going to go to the light tool. We have to change the white balance to what the camera was, and that's tungsten. Watch what happens to her. Boom, look at that. So here's before, here's after. Instantly, it fixed the color. Now, in a situation like this, I'm going to just breeze right through this because this isn't part of the tutorial. Accent AI. Then we'll change the sky to stars that I already use. And, oh, there we are, beautiful. Once we have that set, throw a little dramatic tool on it. Bring back some of the brightness. There we go. And the contrast. And last is mystical, just to make everything tie in. Now, I do that because whenever you're swapping on a background like this, what you want to make sure you do is, let's bring that back a little bit, is you want something or another tool or filter to tie everything in together. So here we are, before and after. I mean, how quick was that? Less than maybe 15, 20 seconds. Now, let's do a little more complicated one. So come back down to my library. And here we are. All right, so we have the Krakow. So Norm just got his honored with his 8th degree black belt. And so we did this shoot. And notice, let me reset this. Notice the walls. I did crop it. Now, I'm going to leave everything together except the crop. Let's get to it. All right, so notice that color green. All right, so that green wall is kind of killing me. All right, what we did was, if you look at his eyes, you'll see the catch lights right in here. We took the flash and bounced it back so it hit the wall and then came back. So the only issue is everything that came back to norm took on that same characteristics for the same color of green. All right. So let's start out and let's try one of the white balances. So I'm going to pull up and zoom in on norm for a moment. Good morning, Brennan from Australia. All right. Here we go. There. Oh, that's the JPEG. This isn't the raw file. One moment. Let me see. Interesting. I wonder why. Oh, I know. I put edited. All photos. There we go. Sorry about that. And I believe, is this one? Yep, there it is. All right, here we are with norm. And let's bring it up. So that's kind of neat, by the way. If you saw what I just did up there, was I was able to sort the images based on images that I've already edited, and I just clicked on that tool. All right, so here we are. Let's start with the crop tool first. There we go. Done. All right, so here we are. Now, under light, I know I used a flash. Let's try that first. Okay. It helped out with the background, but I'm not liking what it did to norm. So let's try daylight. All right, norm's looking a little bit better. Cloudy. Ooh, I like the colors in norm better. And shade. Tungsten's not going to do it for us. And fluorescent. All right. So here is where you decide which one we want to start with. Let's start with. Oh, I know I did. There we go. So let's start with cloudy. All right, we'll start with cloudy. Now, another option we could do, but for this image, it's not going to work too well, is if I click on the white of his eye, typically what that does is it adjusts the tint for us, and then we just bring the temperature up a little bit until we get the look that we're going for with norm. Right about there. And the skin, the main thing I'm looking for is the skin. Now, what's killing us is that horrible green in the background. So let's come over here to the color tool, and we're going to select just the green. Now, let's make a decision. Do we want to desaturate it or change the luminosity of it? So if I bring the luminosity down, look at that. Now it's bringing norm out and making him look a lot better. And we can do a little saturation. And if I wanted to, I can even change the color of that. But let's say for whatever reason, which it isn't, that green was an instrumental part of their logo, then we'd have to leave that green in. I just wanted to dial it back a bit. But look at this. Before and after. Now, if we feel there's a little color cast on norm, let's try this. All right. And here we go. The overall image looks a little underexposed. So let's see. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons on this mouse. Just a little bit. Almost like a half a stop. Let's bring it back a little. Okay, so a quarter of a stop, we changed the exposure. Now I'm going to come down to the portrait tools, and under portrait, let's add a little more light to his face. That's good. And last, I'm going to come down to the Pro Tools, and I'm going to click on Advanced Contrast. Let's bring out some of the shadows in the scene. Right about here. Adjust the highlights a bit. This is going to help with the skin tone. There we go. All right, so before, after, that green is what's killing us, and that's something we just ended up adjusting with a color. Now, keep in mind, if I click on help and I come over here to the user guide, if I type the word color in the search, it's going to show us what every tool we have here that's going to help us adjust the colors. Well, come up here, the photo filter tool. All right, well, while we're here, let's try that. So here's the photo filter. I'm just going to put an arbitrary amount. Now we can adjust the color temperature. And notice I'm keeping preserve luminosity on. Because that's going to do, if I don't, everything's going to become dark. So it wants to keep the highlights in different parts of the image. Ooh, that's looking good right there. It's right about there. All right, so before, after. All right, so that was an option. Let's turn it off for now. Let's see. Right up here. The LUTs. Okay, so LUTs is another option. So let's come over here to the creative tools. And here we are with lookup styles. And we can just go through some of these to see if any of those typically come down to the portrait ones. And see if any of these will help change the colors, the color scheme. London's usually pretty good. We'll bring up the contrast. Dial it back just a little bit. And some of the saturation. All right. So before, after. So that could be an option. Let's do one more. Let's see. Okay, what would happen if, let's see, what would happen if we put a dramatic tool on it, because we know what dramatic likes to do. Ooh, look at that. Dramatic likes to desaturate the image and add contrast. Let's see if we bring that down a little bit. And here we are here. Before and after. All right? And again, it's one of those things you could decide, but if you want to see what tools do we have that can help attack those colors, boom, just look it up in our user guide, and you'll have several tools that can help you. This particular image, I chose it because it's not a typical image you'd have to deal with. The other image you saw, where the girl on the ship, that was a simple solution. I knew I shot it with tungsten. I just changed it to tungsten, and boom, the colors on that image came out the way they should. You're photographing outdoors and on a beautiful sunny day, and you want to get perfect color, you might want to change it to outdoor sunny, and you'll see the color changes. So to get great color, experiment, pick a few of the tools that you think will work, and then start working with it. Create the looks, so the next image you work on, you just click on that, and boom, the color looks amazing. All right? If you ever have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you like what we're doing, please hit that thumbs up. And if you have suggestions for future shows, leave those in the comments below. Well, I'm Vanelli. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.